All right, let's dive into one of aviation's most enduring and honestly chilling cold cases. This is a story that starts out as just another routine flight, but ends as a complete and total mystery that, to this day, no one can solve. So picture this. It's June 23, 1950. A Northwest Orient Airlines DC-4, Flight 2501, is taking off from LaGuardia in New York. Its destination? Minneapolis. Just a standard cross-country flight.
And on that plane are 58 people. You've got 55 passengers, a crew of 3. People just living their lives, heading home, starting a vacation, maybe on a business trip. None of them had any idea their journey was about to become legendary for all the wrong reasons.
Because somewhere over the massive, dark waters of Lake Michigan, in the middle of the night, the plane and every single person on board just vanished.
Okay, so the first thing you're probably thinking is weather, right? A huge storm must have brought it down. But that's the thing. While there was some turbulence in the area, there was no massive, catastrophic storm, nothing that a plane like this and an experienced pilot couldn't handle.
And here's where it gets even weirder. There was just silence. No mayday, no frantic calls about engine trouble. Absolutely no sign that anything was wrong. The radio just stopped. And this right here is the absolute core of the mystery. After all this time, despite decades of looking, the main wreckage of that aircraft has never, ever been found. A 35-ton plane. Just gone.
So what do we actually know about the last few moments of that flight? Well, let's try to piece together the timeline as it flew right into the heart of this mystery over Lake Michigan.
I mean, just look at how fast this all went down. At 11:50 p.m., the pilot makes a totally normal radio call, asking to drop to a lower altitude. Just minutes later, it's a ghost. The plane is gone from radar. And right at that exact moment, something very strange was happening on the ground. So while air traffic controllers are staring at a blank screen, people on the shore, they saw something. And this is where the story really goes from a tragic accident to something a lot more baffling.
Get this, multiple, totally separate eyewitnesses all reported seeing the exact same thing. A bright, weird red light that just appeared in the sky, dropped super fast, and then disappeared over the lake. So, was that the plane on fire, or was it something else entirely?
With the plane gone, one of the biggest search efforts in American history kicks off. Any hope of finding survivors faded really fast, and it turned into this desperate hunt for answers that had to be buried somewhere in that cold, deep water.
And we're not talking about a search that lasted a few weeks or months. For over 70 years, teams with better and better technology, we're talking sophisticated sonar, underwater drones, they have combed the lake bed. They have found countless old shipwrecks, but never the one they were actually looking for.
So after all that time, all that technology, all that effort, the official number of confirmed pieces of wreckage from the main plane? 0. A big fat 0. How is that even possible?
This event is so infamous, it actually helped cement a really ominous nickname for the area, the Lake Michigan Triangle. Because Flight 2501, while it's the most famous, it's not the only ship or plane to have mysteriously vanished in those waters. It just adds to this whole creepy folklore.
And if that wasn't strange enough, the story gets even murkier. Some researchers claim that when small fragments that might have been from the plane were found years later, military officials supposedly showed up, collected them, and then the records were classified. I mean, why all the secrecy? So you've got this total lack of hard evidence, combined with these whispers of a cover-up, and it's created this vacuum that's just been filled with theories. So let's take a look at the ideas that have stuck around for over 70 years.
It all comes down to this one question that has just echoed through the decades. With no plane, no bodies, and no real answers, what could possibly explain what happened to Flight 2501?
The theories are pretty haunting, right? Was it some kind of sudden, violent mechanical failure? An explosion so fast that the crew didn't even have a second to radio for help? Or was there a secret military cover-up, maybe hiding an accidental shoot-down or a collision with some experimental craft? Or do we take those eyewitnesses at their word and consider that strange red light was somehow involved?
To this day, the 58 people on that flight are still officially listed as missing. Their families never got answers. The plane is like a ghost, just locked away somewhere in the cold, dark depths of that lake. And it leaves all of us with one final haunting question. Will the lake ever give up its secret?